Double Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Let's move up to heavyweights, man. We got to be talking about champs out there right now, and Deontay Wilder is one of them, WBC champ. You got the so-called lineal champ, right, with the Tyson Fury. They do the fight in February. If you let Tyson Fury tell it, we don't know for sure, but that's what they're talking about. Should be in February. Be cool. We need a fight. Now we also would be hoping that the Andy Ruiz Jr. or if Andy Ruiz Jr. wins, provided he wins, then the unification match or undisputed match with Deontay Wilder. Because if Joshua wins, then I'm pretty sure something else has to happen. Maybe they might have a trilogy or something else. We're talking scenarios. So if we don't get an undisputed fight, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury is a good fight. Period. Right? We know that. So, but Deontay Wilder has, been interviewed. And, he just said some things. He's talking the truth like always, saying, why isn't anyone talking about Tyson Fury's lesser opponents? Right? Well, some are. It's just a lot of people ain't paying attention. We don't know about the mainstream media what they're talking about. But he's just saying basically he sits back and watch, and no one's talking about his lesser opponents. Right? We know Tom Swartz. He just fought him after Deontay Wilder. Right? And Deontay Wilder states, and you got to give him it's the truth. He said, if I would have fought Tom Swartz, you wouldn't have heard the end of it. And that's exactly the truth. Right? You wouldn't have heard the end of it. But even before the Wilder fight with Seferi and Pianetta, coming back with Seferi, okay, but then following up with Pianetta, and then, then after Wilder, then going into, the Tom Swartz fight, it's okay, but being considered number one. And Deontay Wilder's not only talking about that, he's talking about, his opponents we don't talk about all the time. Let's be real. His biggest win. You take Klitschko and Deontay Wilder out of it, right? Because Klitschko is a big win. But before that and after that, we're talking, best win is Chisora, probably, right? Chisora, Steve Cunningham, Christian Hammer. Those are the top three. Christian Hammer, Cunningham, Chisora. That's on his resume, basically. So we don't want to count McDermott. So we know McDermott, what happened to McDermott, Tyson Fury won. But I don't think Fury had about 8 fights. But basically, most people think he lost that fight. But he came back to handle that in the second one. But you put the McDermott up in his tops, right? Because Steve Cunningham is a good cruiserweight. Very good cruiserweight. But that's what he was. Weighing a little less, had Fury down, right? But I think he was a cruiserweight champion, if I'm not mistaken, the IBF. I'm not sure. I don't want to go there. But, Steve Cunningham is, a formidable cruiserweight. But we're talking here, let's make sure this is clear. We're talking about the biggest heavyweight out there right now. 6'9", 260, 270. Right? So, that's your biggest win. Because Derek Chisora, one close fight. Second fight, he dominated Chisora. But those are the best. Christian Hammer, I'm, putting him in there. Right? So, and he's 28-0 with 20 knockouts. Right? He's better than the guy that's 41-0 with 40 knockouts. Right? Because of his opposition, because we always talk about Deontay Wilder's opposition, but you gonna tell me Ortiz ain't better than all of them? McDermott, Cunningham, Chisora, and Christian Hammer. Bermain Severn ain't. Shoot, Chris Arreola ain't. Gerald Washington ain't. Malik Scott ain't. Malik Scott better than all of them. Right? And see, the ones that are not as technically good as like Steve Cunningham, for example, I would still say are better because of the simple fact they're bigger. Right? They're bigger. It's a lot of opponents that we're talking about. Right? Brazil. Right? And then at the end of the day, even if the level of competition, of opposition are similar, the record that isn't. Because all of them were done away with. 40-0. It's not no, 8 dudes that made it in 30 fights. So there you have that. The level of opposition is a problem with Tyson Fury, but not if he stay in America. Tell you, they ain't gonna mention it because they put Lomachenko number one. He lost to Orlando Salido with 13 losses. I like to say it always because people probably, hey, the baddest one. They just forget he's 13-1, people, and the dude he lost to had 13 losses. Why is he better than people that are undefeated? All right, just saying. So so when we go to Tyson Fury, I'm thinking right now he got a little beef with Dillian White, right? They talking back and forth, man. I ain't mentioning that, man. Everything Dillian White talking about and Tyson Fury talking about. And I told you, for Tyson Fury, it's whatever, right? Him, Amir Khan, and Adrian Broner. Now, Dillian White getting close, right? Dillian White, this fight, whatever, they've been going back and forth. Hey, man, I beat you up. I knocked you down in sparring. This is what Dillian White's saying. And, boy telling him, you ain't got no courage, you a punk, this and that. So Dillian White said, let's just fight or whatever. Right, good. Little beef might not hurt because let's be real, Tyson Fury, if he doesn't fight Jarrell Miller in his next fight, then who? Especially if you want to hype that Wilder fight. His next opponent has to be something good, man. Somebody's like, all right, man, all right. Kubrat Pulev, maybe. That's the only other one that I can think of right now, but I don't know if people can get hyped by Kubrat Pulev, but it's a decent fight, right? I don't think people going to really get hyped by that. That's why, so Dillian White is only good. That beef is maybe just good for that, But I'm going to tell you who I would personally like to be the one, even more so than Dillian White. Me, I wouldn't mind seeing, like I told you, if I couldn't see Tyson Fury and Ortiz, then I'd rather be Adam Kanaki, right? That's who I would like to be. Because Adam Kanaki going to come forward, he's going to take them little baby punches and slap it. You can slap it with Kanaki if you want to. But then you're going to be, that defense, you're going to have to defend. Because he's going to come forward, he could take something. So Fury would have to sit down on his punches. And this would be similar as Joshua Ruiz. Because there's going to be a lot of punches and bunches coming. And I could take something to give him. It would be a good fight. So that's who I wouldn't mind him fighting on the next fight. But who knows what's going to happen. So if he's arguing with Dillian White, that's not bad, guys. Because we mess around and get Schwartz the rematch or something. So, because we think about it, what opponent, if he's been getting the way up to this level, think about it. He gets knocked down twice against Deontay Wilder. When you look at that fight, if you're talking any fight, just take two names out of it. The person who wasn't the champ, who was the challenger, got knocked down twice in a fight. Knocked down twice. One time devastatingly, right? In that fight. And then he wasn't the champ. Then you would think that he must have beat the hell out of the other guy, the champion, the rest of the fight. After the fight, the champion's supposed to be sitting on his stool, head down, bloody everywhere, right? Messed up, swollen everywhere. Although Deontay Wilder's eye was swollen, right? But just totally messed up. And then the dude who had the most marks, Tyson Fury had enough marks that he was giving interviews a month later with still marks up in his face. And y'all know it. So he's marked up more, was down, and wasn't even the champion, and didn't beat him up a lot. Because I told you about 3 highlights in the whole fight. So after a fight like that, you're told you are the best heavyweight, no doubt about it. You won that fight, no doubt about it. Man, that's why I'm a Fight Time Swartz then. But that's what's up. That's why I'm a Fight Time Swartz then. Right? So the next fight, you gotta stop telling the dude that he's the best with doing less. Right? Because his resume is not that. You got Klitschko on it, and you got Wilder, you drawed him. But other than that, those are the guys. It's not like and he didn't run over those guys. Sometimes barely beat them. So this is the best guy. So his next fight, have an argument with Dillian White. Hey, somebody call up Adam Kanaki and make him think about it, because Kanaki would be there. Right after you get up with Chris Arreola. You go right into that fight or something. And somebody formidable for that next fight, if it's not going to be Jarrell Miller, and it's probably not, because he's going to be doped. So Deontay Wilder has a good point about his opposition. If you're going to be hearing in your career that you have low opposition, but you're knocking them out, and you see another guy who has lesser opposition than you have, and he's not even knocking them all out, and he's considered to be better than you, it would irk you. It's BTBG, and I'm glad somebody else besides me was talking about it. It's exactly what's going on. That's what we get upset about, because it's just not fair. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about to hit y'all.